So you're sharpening your new knife and you scratched it, and you want to figure out how to fix it. Well, I'm gonna show you how to do that in this video. Repairing your scratched knife is not too difficult. It just takes patience and time and the right equipment. For this technique to work, it doesn't matter if it's a very heavy scratch or a very light scratch, but the length of time it takes to fix this scratch is based upon how heavy the scratch is. So this is what a knife looks like on a much larger scale. You have your cutting edge. Some knives have a secondary bevel. All this area up here is the body of the knife. Let's say we go too low. What can happen is we get a scratch in the body of the knife. You're going to have to essentially erase until everything, let's just say, matches. Keep in mind that if you have a Kuruchi finished knife like this, or a knife with like a very textured finish like this, you will permanently damage these finishes and you can't repair them. So when you're removing material, you need to pick the right eraser, either a whetstone or a polishing agent or a polishing stone, or in our case, rust erasers. I'm gonna rub against the scratches until they're kind of buffed out. Take another look. Now the edge is like pretty cleaned up. Keep in mind, every time you use a rust eraser, you're gonna have to resharpen your knife. So let me show you how to resharpen a single bevel knife. So single bevel knife, pretty easy. Don't have to worry about finding an angle because it's already set for you. Lay the knife flat on the stone, put your finger on the front edge, push down. That's your angle. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Back and forth. Okay, so for the back of the knife, lay it flat, lift it up just a little bit, just so you can feel the edge making contact with the stone, and then begin sharpening. So a single bevel knife looks like this, or like this really. If you sharpen just the primary bevel, you like cause it to kind of come lower, thus sharpening the front end here. But if you sharpen the back as well, I kind of think of it as like extending the front lip out. So now you have like a thinner edge that can cut much easier. So if you take a look at the knife, the primary cutting edge is nice and polished, no scratches at all. Then the secondary bevel has some scratches from the polishing whetstones, but honestly, those are all normal and they still look pretty good. I mean, some manufacturers actually covet that. They call it the hazy finish. If your knife looks like this, it's perfectly normal. I love this knife. If you're like super obsessed with getting like every single scratch out and having like a completely mirror polish knife body, look into finger polishing stones, really nice high polish compounds, and also look into getting a strop. All those things combined you can use to buff out every single scratch possible and make it a nice mirror finish. I rarely, if ever, polish my knives to this level. I mean, dang near I can almost see my face. It's a bonus to have it look great, but more importantly, it's sharp.